God the Father carried out his creative purpose through the creation activity of the Son, but the Son was not created. Let your mind be blown here for a minute. It's good for you. Well, I want to talk to you for a moment about the danger of familiarity. You know, if you're familiar with Jesus, it's a wonderful thing. It means God has visited you by grace and opened your mind and opened your heart. But familiarity is a dangerous thing. You know, imagine you're driving every day to work, and the very first day you take that drive on your first day of work, you're driving down a road with 200-year-old beautiful trees, and you're just amazed at the beauty of these trees and the glory of God in creation. But 6 weeks later, you're pounding on your dash saying the traffic drives you crazy and you haven't noticed a tree in 3 weeks. That's what familiarity does to us. We quit looking, we quit thinking, we quit hearing. And so it's important to keep going back to these places where Jesus is so powerfully described to us. The next thing that John says is as mind-blowing as his declaration that Jesus was with and is God. John wants us to know that the very first chapters of the Bible, there in Genesis, are about Jesus. That Jesus is the chief character and hero of Genesis 1 and 2. The story of Genesis is the story of Jesus. You don't have to wait until Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to meet Jesus because the Bible welcomes you to meet him in Genesis. Now, maybe you're thinking, Paul, I've read Genesis. I haven't ever read the name Jesus. What in the world are you talking about? Well, listen to the words of John. This is John 1, verse 3. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. Who is the him in this passage? It's Jesus. Let your mind be blown here for a minute. It's good for you. John is telling you that the one who created everything that exists in the physical universe, this is mind-blowing, has now become a part of the same physical creation he made. John wants you to know that although Jesus lived as a man and walked on earth, he was not created. God the Father carried out his creative purpose through the creation activity of the Son, but the Son was not created. Now think about biblical history for a moment. Jesus was the creator of Adam and Eve. He communed with them in the garden. He saw the rebellion. He understood the death and destruction that sin brought into the world. But Jesus would not leave the world in this sin-scarred condition. This is just mind-boggling. So the Creator was willing to humble himself, becoming part of the creation, subjecting himself to the fallen world, so that through his life, through his death, through his resurrection, he might rescue his creation from the damage and destructiveness and decay of sin. The Creator became part of the creation because creation was on a one-way road to death. God loved his world so much that God the Son left his throne in glory, became a man, started his life, the Creator, as a dependent human being, born in a manger, willing to suffer all of the tragedies and effects of the fall, so that you and I would have life and life eternal. Something always captures the awe of your heart. May this capture the awe and wonder of your heart in a way that is life-shaping and transforming.